Hi, and thanks for watching. There are 5 key principles or fundamentals required when learning Chinese martial arts. In this video, we're going to look at one of them, memorization. And at the end of the video, I'll provide 3 tips that will help you with memorization in relation to the Chinese martial arts. So the 5 key principles, the 5 fundamentals, they are intention, participation, memorization, repetition, and integration. Memorization is taking all the information and holding it in our heads. And anyone who's learned or tried to learn Chinese martial arts realizes that there's a lot of material when it comes to learning the tradition. In Tai Chi, there's a long routine. It's very, very long. If you're learning Xingyi, there's the 5 strikes, not too bad, but then you add on the 12 animals and suddenly the course material, the amount of material to be familiar with expands and expands. Now I think learning any tradition is helpful to learn or have an understanding of the language and the culture that it comes out of to get a sense of some of the deeper meanings behind it. And with Chinese and the Chinese language specifically, there is a great deal of memorization that's just taken as a given, as a way of comparing. In English, we have 26 letters. For basic proficiency in the language, for Chinese, the number of characters is around 900. Now, Chinese characters, English letters, they're not exactly the same in terms of how they function in the language, but it's pretty close. And just that comparison of 26 to 900 gives you an idea of just how much it's assumed that memorization is a skill that you become proficient in. And so here in North America, when it comes to learning something like Tai Chi, we spend a lot of time on the memorizing of things. And it doesn't come easily, partly because we don't have the same opportunities to exercise that skill. The main thing that I want you to avoid is to mistake the memorization as the main thing that you're doing, when really the memorization is just a step to get to the understanding, a better understanding of the tradition. And so then we have to figure out how to improve our ability to memorize. So I'll give you 3 suggestions, 3 tips. The first one is learn the feet. First, learn the footwork. The footwork can tell you a lot about the structure, eventually the application, the weight distribution, the form itself. And also it's something where very often on the footwork, if you look at the floor, it can create a pattern that you can memorize. The second suggestion is learn the arms second. It's easy to get caught up with a lot of the details that happen with a movement, especially with the arms and the hands. But my suggestion is to learn the broad strokes of the arms first. The arms then inform how the body is held, and that links to the structure provided by the footwork. And so the third thing becomes learning the postures before focusing on the transitions. Of course, you have to end up learning both. But if you focus on learning the postures, this is the integration of the footwork with the arms and the body, then you start to have a better understanding of the frame of the move that you're doing. If everything is held correctly in the posture, then you have a chance of finding the transition. If you don't have the posture in the right place, then it'll be very hard to find the transition that takes you to the next thing. In Chinese, I'll say all routines, one posture is the setup that gets you prepared for the transition to the next posture. And so if you don't have the posture correct, it'll be very difficult for you to find the transition. And from not finding the transition, of course, it becomes even harder to get to the next posture. So those are the 3 tips. First, learn the feet. Second, learn the arms. Third, focus on the postures. Then fill it in with the transitions. So I hope this information is helpful for you. Keep training, keep practicing, and take care.